Next halfly portion, chapter 10, respiration in organisms, the book exercise question and answers. Okay, so students, all of you take a book. Okay, first question, why does an athlete breathe faster and deeper than usual after finishing the race? The answer is, the athletes needs a lot of energy during the race, and for the release of energy they need a lot of oxygen, hence, they breathe faster than usual after finishing the race. Okay, next question. List the similarities and difference between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. List the similarities, difference between aerobic and anaerobic respirations. The answer is, in both kinds of respiration, food particles are broken down to finer constituents. Okay. The difference, what is the difference between aerobic and anaerobic respiration? The aerobic respiration takes place in the presence of oxygen. Anaerobic respiration takes place in the absence of oxygen. Aerobic respirations, the products are CO2 and H2O. The products are CO2. CO2 means carbon dioxide, H2O means water. Okay. Next, anaerobic respirations. The end products are carbon dioxide and alcohol. The end products are carbon dioxide and alcohol. Next, the produces a large amount of energy. Which one is aerobic? Produce a large amount of energy. Anaerobic. The energy released is less when compared to aerobic respiration. Next, it occurs in most plants and animals. It occurs in most plants and animals. Anaerobic occurs in yeast and some bacteria. Anaerobic respirations, example, yeast and bacteria. Aerobic respirations, example, plants and animals. Okay, that's all. Next, why do we often sneeze when we inhale a lot of dust-laden air? The answer is, when we inhale dust-laden air, the dust irritates the nose as a reflexive action. Dust is thrown out through sneezing. Okay, that's all. Next, an experiment. Take a 3 test tubes. Fill 3/4 of each with water. Label them A, B and C. Keep a snail in test tube A water plant in test tube B, and in C keep snail and plant both. Which test tube would have the highest concentration of CO2? The solution. Test tube A will have the highest concentration of CO2 because test tube A will have snail which expels out CO2 into the tube. In tube C, there is a plant which will inhale CO2 to decrease CO2. The concentration in the tube C. The concentration in the tube C. Next, tick the correct answers. In cockroach, air enters the body through, the answer is lungs, gills, spiracles, skins. Okay, the answer is, listen, the answer is spiracles. First one answer is spiracles. Okay, the first one answer is C, spiracles. Next, during heavy exercise we get cramps in the legs due to the accumulation of which one is the correct answer? Carbon dioxide, lactic acid, alcohol, water. Which one is the correct answer? Lactic acid. Okay. Next. Normal range of breathing rate minute per minute in an average adult person rest is. Okay. Average adult person rest is. The answer is C. The answer is 15 to 18. The answer is 15 to 18. Next. During exhalation, the ribs movements. During exhalation, inhalation, the two process are, you remember students, Exhalation and inhalation. The exhalations, the ribs move outwards, move downwards, move upwards, do not move at. Okay, the answer is move downwards. Okay, the tick the correct answers. The answer. First one, spiracles. Second one, lactic acid. Third one, 15 to 18 per minute. Next, move downwards. Okay, are you clear? So all of you go through the book back question and answers also. Okay. Next, match the following column 1 and column 2. Okay. The answer is yeast. Yeast answer is alcohol. Okay. Next, diaphragm. Diaphragm, the answer is chest cavity. Then next one, skin. Skin, earthworm. Then next, leaves. Leaves is stomata. What is the main function of stomata? The transpiration of leaves. Okay. Next, fish, gills. Fish, respiratory organ, gills. Frog, respiratory organ, lungs and skin. That's all. Next, true or false. Okay, true or false. The first one, during heavy exercise, the breathing rate of a person slows down. The answer is false. Okay. Next, plants carry out photosynthesis only during the day and respirations only at night. The answer is false. Next, frogs breathe through their skins as well as their lungs. The answer is true. Okay. Next, the fishes, next to last one, the fishes have lungs for respirations. The fishes lungs for respiration, false. Next, the size of the chest cavity increases during inhalation. The answer is true. The answer is true. Next question. The air tubes of insects, skeletal structures surrounded the chest cavity. Next, I will tell the answers. Okay. Muscular floor of chest cavity, tiny pores on surface of leaf, small openings on the sides of the body of an insect, the respiratory organs of human beings, the openings through which we inhale, and anaerobic organisms, and organisms with tracheal system. Now I will tell the answers. The first question, trachea. The first question, trachea. Listen. The air tubes of insects, trachea. The next, skeletal structures surrounding chest cavity, ribs. Muscular floor of chest cavity. Muscular floor of chest cavity, diaphragm. Fourth one, tiny pores on surface of leaf, stomata. See the answers. Small opening on the sides of the body of an insect, spiracles. The respiratory organs of human beings, lungs. Human beings respiratory organ, lungs. The opening through which we inhale, nostrils. Anaerobic respiration, anaerobic respiration, yeast. And organisms with the tracheal system, ant. That's all. Next, the mountainers carry oxygen them because at an altitude of more than 5 km, the amount of air available to a person is less than that the available on the ground. The temperature of air is higher than that on the ground. The pressure of air is higher than that on the ground. The answer is the amount of air available to a person is less than that available on the ground. That is the answer. B option is the correct answers. Next, that's all. 10th chapter. Next, 11th chapter, book exercise question and answers discussed now. Okay. Listen, chapter 11, transpiration in animals and plants. The book exercise, now we will go to discuss about the book exercise and question and answers, chapter 11. The half-yearly portions, chapter 9, chapter 10 and chapter 11. So, students, all of you go through the lessons. go through these chapters, book back question and answers, then interior question and answers. Yeah, each line, each every line is very must. The first question, match the following. Okay, first one, match the following. The answer is stomata, transpiration; xylem, transport of water; root as absorptions of water; phloem, transport of food. Or you remember, students? Xylem, transport of water; phloem, transport of food. Next, fill in the blank, students. Question with answers. Okay. The blood from heart is transported to all parts of the body by the arteries. Okay, the answer is arteries. Next, hemoglobin is present in red blood cells. Hemoglobin is present in red blood cells. Next question. Arteries and veins are joined by a network of, answer is capillaries. Arteries and veins are joined by a network of capillaries. The next, rhythmic expansion and contractions of the heart is called heartbeat. The rhythmic expansion and contractions of the heart is called heartbeat. That's all. Next, the main excretory product in human being is, the main excretory product in human being is, the answer is urea. Next, sweat contains water and salts. The sweat contains water and the answer is salt. Next, kidney eliminate the waste materials in the liquid from the liquid form called, the answer is urine. Next, eighth one. Water reaches great heights in the trees because of suction pull caused by transpiration. The answer is transpiration. Next question. Choose the correct answer, students. In plants, water is transported through. The plant's water is transported through xylem, phloem, stomata, root, hair. Which one is the correct answer? Xylem is the correct answer. Next, water absorptions through roots can be increased by keeping the plants. The answer is in the shade, in dim light, under the fan, covered with a polythene bag. The answer is under the fan. Next, question and answers. Why is transport of materials necessary in a plant or in an animal? Explain. The solution, the answer. Transport of materials is necessary in a plant or an animal for the following reasons. To transport food to various parts of the body. To transport food to various parts of the body. Animals need to transport waste to pot from where they can be removed. Animals need to transport wastes to pot from where they can be removed. That's all. Okay. Then next, what will happen if there are no platelets in the blood? The answer is, if there is no platelets, then blood will not clot. So, platelets release blood clotting factor at the site of injury. Okay. Next question. What are stomata? What are stomata? Give two functions of stomata. What are stomata? Give two functions of stomata. The answer is, what is a stomata first? Tiny pores present on the leaf surface are known as stomata. Tiny pores present on the leaf surface are known as stomata. Okay, the functions of stomata. What is the functions of stomata? Helps in exchange of gases. Evaporation of water through leaves occurs due to stomata. Okay, then next question. Does transpiration serve any useful function in plants? Explain. The answer is, it helps in lowering temperature of plants, thus preventing hot injury of plants. Helps in transpiration pool, which helps in raining water and higher plants. Okay. Next, it also causes loss of water absorbed by plants. It also causes loss of water absorbed by plants. Okay. Next, what are the components of blood? What are the components of blood? Or you remember, what are the components of blood? Red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets and plasma. Next, why is blood needed by all parts of the body? Why is blood needed by all parts of the body? The answer is, blood is significant part of transport system in our body, and we need blood for the following reasons: for the transport of oxygen to all parts of our body, for the transport of oxygen to all parts of our body, to expel out carbon dioxide from our body. Okay. Then next, the transmit heat, thus helping in the regulation of body temperature. The regulation of body temperature. Then next one, it is required to fight out infections and disease. Okay, that is blood needed to plants. What makes the blood look red? What makes the blood look red? The answer is hemoglobin, red pigment present in blood, makes it look red. Makes it look red. Next, describe the function of the heart. Last class I explain these answers. Describe the functions of the heart. The heart is an organ which beats continuously to act as pump for the transport of blood, which carries other substances with it. The heart has 4 chambers. The 2 upper chambers are called atria. Okay. And the 2 lower chambers are called ventricles. The partitions between the chambers helps to avoid mixing up of blood rich in oxygen with the blood rich in carbon dioxide. Okay. Blood flows from the heart to the lungs and back to the heart, from where it pumped to the rest of the body. That is describe the heart. Then next, why is necessary to excrete waste products? The answer is, whenever cells perform their functions, certain waste products are released. These are toxic and hence need to be removed from the body. Okay. See the picture, draw a diagram of human excretory system. Then next 5 more questions also. Describe the structure of heart. Then describe the structure of human excretory system. Last class I will give the answers. Describe the structure of human excretory system. So 5 more questions available in this chapter. Describe the structure of heart. Then 1 more question. Describe the structure of human kidney. Okay. Human excretory system. So this is a diagram, human excretory diagram. So students, all of you practice in your rough note. Kidney, pair of kidney, ureter, urinary bladder, urethra and urinary opening. That's all. So students, all of you should practice in your classwork note. Practice in your rough note all the diagram. I will give some homework question and answers. So students, go through the 3 chapters, chapter 9, chapter 10 and chapter 11. Book exercise question and answers, interior question and answers, then workbook question and answers. So thank you.